This is an opening awareness mindfulness practice. So we begin, like all mindfulness practices, becoming aware of ourselves, checking that we feel comfortable in our chosen position, whether we're lying down or sitting, and that you feel you can hold this posture for the duration of the practice. So whether you need cushions or to just adjust yourself so that you feel fully supported. And then taking your attention to the natural breath. So locating its movement in your body, whether that's the air coming in through your nose or mouth and the sensations that that creates, whether it's your shoulders rising and falling, your ribs moving in and out. Just being aware of that movement, wherever you can feel it most. There's no correct way to feel the breath, there's just lots of different ways. And settling into that awareness of the breath. And this is going to be our anchor into the present moment during this practice. So however many times your mind wanders away, which it naturally will, we want to just bring ourselves back to the breath. This will help us to stay in the present moment, to perhaps experience that release from the past and the future, and to be just here right now. So just staying with this breath, each breath in and out. And we're going to begin to open our awareness outwards from ourselves into the room that we're in and beyond the room. So being with what we sense, whether those are sounds, whether it's sensations on our skin, if we have our eyes open, perhaps colour and shape, taking in as much that we can with our senses without straining, without trying too hard, just allowing things to come to our senses, to be open. And we might straight away be aware of the mind taking us away from the present by maybe making associations with the sounds we hear, or the objects we see, or the senses that we feel, and taking us to somewhere else, to what's going on outside the room, what that noise is, where it's coming from, who's making it, and just being aware that our minds go off to that place, and that that's completely natural, that's what our minds do. So we're going to very kindly and gently bring ourselves back to the present by just refocusing ourselves on the breath again. Just the natural breath coming and going. And to do this each time that we feel ourselves moving away. As soon as we become aware of that movement of the mind, away from the present moment. And so continuing to be open and aware of what's around us, what we sense right now. And we might become aware of just how active our mind is by making associations with sounds and sensations, just how many stories our minds make with the smallest amount of stimulus. And just being aware of that, just being aware that it's going to happen, that that's part of the practice. And with that kindness, bring ourselves back to the present moment. And so for the last few minutes of this practice, just coming back to the breath and having this one point of focus for the mind. So coming into ourselves, checking out how we are as we sit here, how our body feels, watching the mind. And so you might decide that you want to sit longer than the 10 minutes of this practice, in which case after this guided practice finishes, you can continue. But if you would like to finish now, then open your eyes and finish your mindfulness practice.